bro, he's got a crushing squeeze. Well,
it's different, bro. It's different. Yeah, he strangled me. And the way he did it, I think he Moicano filled in last minute to fight Islam and got caught with the same choke. You know, usually you feel it slowly fading away. It was like right away.
Wow, so that dude's got a back.
Like the whole started
drive-through movie on.
The darkness started coming in like as soon as he got the grip.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so fucking strong, man. There's like something about those Dagestan guys, man. Like the discipline those motherfuckers have.
Yeah.
You know, there's Dagestan guys that are making their way into Muay Thai now too. There's this dude, Asadullah Imam Ghazaliyev. I talk about him all the time.
When Joe Rogan and Dustin Poirier dissected Islam Makhachev's devastating submission technique, their analysis revealed just how brutally effective this fighter truly is. Dustin's breakdown of Islam's crushing choke variation showed exactly why opponents find themselves in serious trouble so quickly. The technique resembles a dartsy choke, but with a critical modification that makes it far more lethal. Islam secures the lock on the forearm rather than the bicep, then pulls it directly into his chest with surgical precision. This adjustment completely eliminates traditional escape routes that fighters typically rely on, leaving them defenseless even when they see the submission coming. The fact that Islam avoids going to the bicep entirely demonstrates his technical evolution beyond conventional grappling wisdom.
Yep.
I know.
And the squeeze is different. He's pulling to his chest. It's not like a angle squeeze. It's different. So the defense is different. When I got my legs out and tried to walk around, he hooked my leg, but like the squeeze is completely different. Completely different. You know, you belly down and kind of get some space to breathe. You can't the way he does it.
Craig Jones broke it down.
It's like a front choke, almost like a squeeze to your chest. It's not an angle that you use for a normal darts choke.
I know. I was shocked the first time I saw him do it. I was like, maybe he just like couldn't cinch up the bicep.
Joe Rogan
Rogan's initial reaction to witnessing Islam's choke live perfectly captures how deceptive this technique appears to untrained eyes. His first impression suggested the submission wasn't properly locked, that perhaps Islam had missed crucial positioning details that would allow an escape. However, multiple replay angles revealed the terrifying truth. Every single movement was calculated and perfectly executed with championship-level precision. Dustin's explanation of what happens once Islam secures that grip sent chills through anyone listening, because the blood flow doesn't gradually decrease like most submissions. Instead, consciousness shuts off like someone hit a power switch, giving victims mere seconds before complete darkness takes over. Rogan's stunned realization about how quickly fighters lose awareness in that position highlighted why this technique has become Islam's signature weapon.
Breakdown of it on YouTube where it explains why it's effective and what's so good about it.
And when he gets the grip locked in, like it's complete, immediate blood shutdown. You know, usually you feel it slowly fading away. It was like right away.
Wow, so that dude's got a back.
Like the whole started
drive-through movie on.
The darkness started coming in like as soon as he got the grip.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so fucking strong, man. There's like something about those Dagestan guys, man. Like the discipline those motherfuckers have.
Yeah.
You know, there's Dagestan guys that are making their way into Muay Thai now too.
Rogan's analysis of Islam Makhachev's welterweight debut showcased exactly why this fighter's skill set translates seamlessly across weight classes. The systematic way Islam controlled every aspect of that 170-pound contest left no doubt about his championship caliber, regardless of division. His precision low kicks to the lead leg demonstrated brilliant strategic thinking, because those strikes compound their effectiveness as the fight progresses. Each kick slowed his opponent's mobility incrementally, creating a snowball effect that completely shut down any hope of late fight adjustments or momentum shifts. By the final rounds, Islam had methodically dismantled his opponent's base and movement, making his dominance absolutely undeniable to everyone watching, including skeptics who questioned whether he could handle larger fighters.
Islam Makhachev. Dude goes up one weight class, goes up to 170. He was the 55-pound most dominant champion ever, most title defenses at 55 ever. Just dominates at 170. Like, every round. People are saying it's boring, but listen, man, it's boring if you're a casual. The fact that he was able to do it every round, it was a little frustrating because you wanted Jack to try to adjust, but he couldn't, man. Islam shut his game down right away. He low kick front leg real quick, had him limping real quick. Like within the first round, he had hit it 3 or 4 times. Bad.
Rogan's bold declaration that Islam Makhachev surpasses even Khabib Nurmagomedov in pure skill represents one of the most controversial takes in modern MMA analysis. While carefully acknowledging Khabib's legendary status and all-time greatness, Rogan made a compelling case for Islam's technical superiority based on his more complete skill set. The key differentiator lies in Islam's elite striking ability, which creates threats that Khabib never possessed during his dominant reign. Rogan pointed directly to Islam's devastating head kick knockout of Alexander Volkanovski as concrete evidence of weapons beyond traditional Dagestani grappling dominance. That finish wasn't fortunate timing, but rather technical precision meeting perfect opportunity, proving Islam has evolved the Dagestan fighting style into something even more dangerous and complete.
One of the all-time greats. One of the greatest to ever do it. But the difference between Khabib and Islam is elite stand-up wise. Like Khabib was very good stand-up, but Islam knocked out Volkanovski with a head kick. You know, that's not in
crazy
Khabib's repertoire. Islam is on another level. It's like one more level above. He can knock you out standing. He can knock you out on the ground. He can submit you. He can take you down. He's fucking huge for the weight class, especially 155.
Islam Makhachev's meteoric rise reached historic proportions when he equaled Anderson Silva's organizational win streak record, a feat that puts his current dominance in proper perspective. The fact that Anderson Silva himself publicly praised Islam for matching this milestone demonstrates the mutual respect that exists between champions across different eras. Anderson's genuine hope that Islam continues building momentum and breaking records reflects his understanding that the sport thrives on constant evolution and improvement. Silva's expectation that future fighters will eventually surpass even these records shows his appreciation for how athletic competition pushes human limits. This generational passing of the torch represents everything beautiful about combat sports, where legends celebrate those who carry the sport forward rather than jealously guarding their accomplishments.
Islam Makhachev tied your record for 16 straight UFC wins. That was a record I thought no one was ever going to break, you know, going 16 in a row in the UFC.
Everything is possible. I'm happy because somebody broke this record, and the new generation, in the future, the people go broken this record again, again. This is good challenge for everybody when it come, you know. Yeah. But I don't think the people think about, oh, I go broke this record. I think the people doing your job, and when you see you, oh my God, really? Yes, you broke the record. Oh, okay, great.
I know for Islam, it was a very big deal. Every interview he got asked Anderson Silva's record. So it was a big one for him to do. Winning 16 UFC fights in a row, it's almost impossible to not have like an injury or a bad decision or something weird with the referee, right? So it's very challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially in MMA, it's very hard.
Islam Makhachev's personal journey reveals the foundational elements that shaped him into the champion he became, particularly his relationship with coach Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. Long before championship gold seemed remotely possible, Islam placed complete trust in Abdulmanap's guidance and philosophy, understanding that patience and discipline would eventually yield results. The veteran coach's promise that unwavering commitment to the process would bring success required Islam to endure brutal training sessions that would break lesser fighters. During difficult periods when family issues or financial pressures mounted, Islam channeled that stress directly into his training, finding clarity and purpose in the gym when everything else felt chaotic. This mental approach of using external pressure as fuel for internal growth demonstrates the psychological tools that separate champions from contenders.
All my life, I did everything what he said. I listened him because I believe him. He's the guy who believed me first, you know. When I was young, when I'm not thinking about UFC belt, he told me, do same things, be patient, and one day it's coming, you know, you will be champion, you know. And I don't believe other people. I believe him, you know. I start to training more, start to spend more time in the gym. When I have some problem outside, when I have to go to fix some problem, he say, hey, go to the gym, I will do it for you. And he helped me a lot, you know, and I always say, thanks God, thanks Abdul Manap to he's doing for me like many things.
Islam Makhachev's unwavering personal discipline and lifestyle choices, modeled after Khabib Nurmagomedov's example, have become integral to his identity as a champion. His complete avoidance of nightlife, alcohol, and career-damaging distractions reflects a commitment to excellence that resonates deeply with fans throughout Dagestan and the Muslim world. This principled approach proves that elite success at the highest levels of combat sports doesn't require compromising personal values or religious beliefs. Islam's demonstration that champions can reach the pinnacle while staying true to their principles provides inspiration for countless young fighters who refuse to sacrifice their identity for success. His lifestyle choices might actually provide the mental clarity and physical advantages that give him edges over competitors who live less disciplined lives.
How many young kids looking for the Khabib, looking for our team, you know, and we never go party, we never go somewhere, we never smoke, drink, do some bad things, you know, and that's why we have big support in our country. And I also try to show like MMA fighter, try to show like real Muslims, you know, who is the not smoking, not do this all bad things.
Jorge Masvidal's passionate advocacy for an Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria matchup reflects his belief that this represents the biggest fight available in the sport today. His humorous but serious declaration that this fight needs to happen whether at the White House or a KFC parking lot demonstrates his genuine excitement about the technical matchup and its potential implications. Masvidal's enthusiasm stems from understanding that this contest could define an entire era while answering crucial questions about who truly stands at the sport's summit. The anticipation he expresses mirrors what hardcore fans feel about seeing two elite fighters with contrasting styles collide when both are at their absolute peak.
Whether it's at the White House or a KFC parking lot, that's the fight we want to see. That's the fight I want to see. I just wanted to get done, you know, one way or another. You know, point blank period. Whether it's at the White House or it's at New York City, Madison Square Garden, this fight has to get done. And there's going to be distractions everywhere. You know, there's going to be distractions wherever they fight because it's probably going to be the biggest fight of the year when those two step in the cage. You know, not probably isn't. I can't think of a bigger fight. Only me and Connor's the only bigger fight that I can think of, you know. But other than that, that'll be the biggest fight.
Masvidal's technical breakdown of a potential Makhachev versus Topuria clash highlighted the fascinating stylistic dynamics that would make this fight compelling. His analysis acknowledged that Ilia possesses the speed and knockout power necessary to threaten Islam, particularly given his proven ability to finish elite competition with single strikes. However, Masvidal equally recognized Islam's ground game superiority, describing his relentless pressure and leg control as quicksand that traps opponents once the fight hits the mat. The central question becomes whether Topuria can maintain distance and keep the fight standing long enough to land his signature power shots before Islam's grappling dominance takes over. This tactical chess match between striker and grappler represents exactly why fans crave this matchup.
See Makhachev taking him down and just like making his day very, very long at the office, or Ilia just getting in there and like just getting him on the hands and catching him. Because Ilia, in my book, is like maybe 2 notches of speed above Makhachev, and the power is unreal. It's uncomparable. But Makhachev on the ground doesn't get tired. Can submit you from anywhere, and he's just so damn good at getting to your legs and making you work that even if he doesn't take you down right in the beginning, he's still taxing the F out of your gas tank. Just making you get tired, just making you work. And then right when you think, oh, he's gonna go for a takedown, boom, he throws a shot. He throws another shot to your face, and he gets to your legs. Like, I really thought, and I still think Jack is like cream of the crop. You know, his wrestling defense is not that bad. His striking is second to none, and he played with him. I was there live. That was bad.
Daniel Cormier's championship-level perspective carries significant weight when he declares Islam and Topuria as the two best fighters across the entire UFC roster. His assessment that their potential matchup represents not just a big fight, but potentially the biggest and best contest the promotion could offer in any weight class, reflects deep technical understanding of what makes both fighters special. Cormier's praise for both men as elite competitors deserving main event treatment comes from someone who understands the mental and physical requirements of championship-level fighting. His endorsement adds credibility to the argument that this matchup transcends normal promotional hype and represents a genuine clash between the sport's current elite.
I think that's the best fight. I think Islam versus Topuria might be the biggest, best fight the UFC can put on in any weight class, just because they're both so elite. I don't know that we have two better fighters in the UFC than these two. And I think these two need to fight.
Colby Covington's prediction favoring Ilia Topuria over Islam Makhachev provides insight into how some analysts view this stylistic matchup. His reasoning centers on Topuria's superior boxing and power-punching ability controlling stand-up exchanges while maintaining distance against Islam's takedown attempts. Covington's technical observation about Topuria's low center of gravity creating takedown defense problems for Islam touches on a crucial tactical element that could determine the fight's outcome. If Islam struggles to get Topuria to the mat, his usual path to victory becomes significantly more difficult, potentially forcing him into striking exchanges where he faces a dangerous disadvantage.
Who do you think would win him and Islam?
I think he would beat Islam.
You think so?
I think so. I think he would outstrike. I think he'd outstrike him, and he's so short and center of gravity to the ground. He's not going to be easy to take down.
Yeah.
So I think Islam would have fits trying to take him down. And look what happened when Islam fought Volkanovski the first fight. It was very close. He only won by 1 round, and you saw what Topuria did to Volkanovski. He knocked him out in the 2nd round.
Shara Magomedov's contrasting assessment suggests Ilia Topuria receives excessive media hype relative to his actual resume accomplishments. While acknowledging Topuria's legitimate skills, Shara questions whether the massive buzz accurately reflects the quality of opposition faced during his title path. His pointed criticism that Topuria's key victories came against declining fighters or lesser-known opponents raises legitimate questions about competition level and resume strength. However, Jack Della Maddalena's analysis provides counterpoint, noting Islam's physical advantages and pressure-fighting style could neutralize Topuria's strengths while acknowledging the Georgian's genuine striking danger. This represents exactly the kind of compelling matchup where one moment could determine the entire outcome.
Who you got winning? Islam or Ilia?
Man, I don't know. I think Islam.
For real?
Yeah. Ilia's good. I just reckon the size would be a lot.
He got bigger. He said he started taking creatine or some shit.
Yeah, he was big. But then again, Ilia he's a heavy puncher, eh? If he can keep it on the feet and land punches, be a good fight. It needs to happen. I think a lot of people want to see that.
Alexander Volkanovski's identification of Ilia Topuria as Islam Makhachev's biggest threat carries enormous credibility given his championship-level experience against both fighters. Having actually faced both men in title fights, Volkanovski possesses insider knowledge about their respective dangers that external analysts simply cannot match. His specific emphasis on Topuria's explosive knockout power as the tool capable of challenging Islam's dominance comes from someone who has felt that power firsthand. When a fighter of Volkanovski's caliber singles out one specific weapon as potentially fight-ending, that assessment deserves serious consideration from anyone analyzing this potential matchup.
Look, the thing is with Ilia, he is a dangerous fighter and he can catch anyone. You know, if he goes there and he's stoic and he's, you know, even if the fight's not going his way, he will not eventually get it, but he's going to keep trying to find it. You know, them later rounds are going to get harder for him, but, you know, if he was to land, he could definitely knock him out.
Ian Gary's accusations that Islam Makhachev deliberately avoids competition extend beyond just the Topuria matchup to encompass his entire welterweight campaign. Gary's dismissal of injury explanations suggests he believes Islam creates convenient excuses to control his narrative and cherry-pick favorable opponents. This represents common championship-level politics, where title holders attempt to maximize advantages while minimizing risks. But Gary's public frustration indicates he sees through what he considers obvious ducking behavior. His willingness to call out these tactics publicly demonstrates his confidence in his own abilities and desire to force Islam into accepting more challenging fights.
I don't have a hand injury. Islam. Yeah, I heard that too, but I don't believe it. I don't know what to believe. I can't imagine he hurt his hand in the last fight with Jack. So maybe he did it in horse riding? I don't know. I don't believe it. I think it's excuses. Everything about me now tells me he doesn't want to fight, he doesn't want to fight, he doesn't want to fight. I don't know if it's mentally, physically, whatever it is, but yeah. He's doing the typical thing that all champions do when they get the belt. They try and maintain their position, maintain relevancy by not fighting and staying in it. When I fight,
Ian Machado Gary's frustration with Islam. Makhachev's continued delays stems from his belief that he has already shown tremendous flexibility and respect regarding Islam's religious obligations. His agreement to April or May dates that accommodate Ramadan and training schedules demonstrated genuine consideration for Islam's faith and practices. Despite this accommodation, Islam's continued requests for additional time raise red flags for Gary, who interprets this as evidence that the champion lacks confidence about facing his specific stylistic challenges. This dynamic creates additional tension beyond normal fight promotion, as Gary feels his respectful approach has been met with continued avoidance tactics that frustrate his career momentum.
and his agent's talking out his arse.
Why is that?
Because Ali's full of little rat.
Why does Islam need more time?
I don't know. No, I believe Islam's ready to fight. I believe Islam's the very best this world has to offer as a fighter. But don't call yourself the pound for pound greatest on the planet and try to push for more time. That's all. Anyone, anywhere, anytime. That's the baddest man on the planet, and the guy who lives by that mantra is me.
Islam Makhachev's dismissive rejection of comparisons between his potential Gary fight and the legendary Ireland versus Dagestan rivalry reflects his assessment of star power and skill level differences. His reasoning that previous rivalries involved far superior athletes with years of built-up animosity and history makes sense from a promotional standpoint. Islam's clear statement that he doesn't regard Gary as belonging in the same conversation as those legendary matchups probably motivates Gary even more while managing fan expectations about this contest's significance. MMA Guru's technical analysis predicting Islam wins by decision rather than finish suggests Gary could have competitive moments but lacks the power necessary to truly threaten someone of Islam's caliber. His warning against overhyping Gary reflects realistic assessment of skill gaps at championship level, where Islam's well-rounded experience should control the fight's outcome across 5 rounds.
I'm going to go with Makhachev over Ian Gary by decision, but I think Gary will like cut him open and like take a round off him or something, you know? Here's all I'm asking from Ian Gary. If you like tear Makhachev's ACL or some shit with a stomp, come on, Ian. Lose, but give him something that's going to make him weak and vulnerable for the next one. He is very hittable, though. A lot more than it seems. And he's not as powerful as he seems. Yes or no, chat? The conceptions around Ian Gary's finishing potential is all from the Daniel Rodriguez fight. Head kick rocked him and then finished him off, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, watch out, anything he throws. You know, he can tag you and put you away. But I think fighters need to like start not believing in that anymore.
Joe Rogan's serious warning to Justin Gaethje about Ilia Topuria's legitimate danger reflects his deep respect for the Georgian's finishing ability despite any size disadvantages. His emphasis on Topuria's technique, precision, and unshakable confidence as genuinely deadly attributes demonstrates understanding that physical measurements don't always determine fight outcomes. Rogan's passionate declaration that underestimating Topuria could cost Gaethje everything carries weight given his decades of fight analysis and commentary experience. The reverence in his voice when discussing this potential matchup suggests he recognizes the career-defining implications for both fighters involved.
I don't like this matchup for him.
Well, you know what? I mean, Justin knows what he's getting into, and it's hard to count that dude out. He's such an animal.
Yeah, he can land the shot, but...
And it's in the White House. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But that dude has the touch of death.
Yeah.
He has the touch of death.
And he's not a big guy. I've never seen him in person, but I was talking to somebody recently, and they said, no, he's 5'7", you know.
He's small, man. He's not big.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a photo of me standing next to him when we did the podcast. We're standing next to you. He's much smaller than me. And, bro, he puts people into the shadow realm.
Yeah.
It's just technique and confidence. His confidence is crazy. He had a victory party for the Oliveira fight the night before.
Drinking wine. I saw.
I don't think he was drinking wine.
No?
I think he was drinking water the night before, but he has drank wine in weigh-ins.
Yeah.
When he's getting ready to weigh in, the weight cut.
Jorge Masvidal's darker assessment of Topuria versus Gaethje carries ominous implications for Justin's career trajectory, suggesting this fight could represent a make-or-break moment. His prediction that Topuria's elite skill level and surgical precision could completely dominate the contest goes beyond simple fight predictions to career-altering consequences. Masvidal's concern that such a definitive loss could shatter Gaethje's confidence and momentum touches on the psychological damage that devastating defeats can inflict on veteran fighters. His assessment that Justin might struggle to recover from being thoroughly outclassed represents the harsh reality that careers can change dramatically based on single fight outcomes.
Gaethje didn't look bad in the fight, but he also didn't look phenomenal.
I enjoyed the fight. You know, as far as technique, it was more of like kind of a bar type fight. But I mean, Gaethje dropped him like so many times. Yeah, it was crazy.
And
I enjoyed watching that fight. That was really good.
I think Ilya does Gaethje even worse, you know.
And dude, honestly, that's pretty fucking scary.
He doesn't.
I don't think
he doesn't. They're at another level.
Yeah,
I've trained with Ilya plenty since like his first UFC fight. I was calling it back then. This guy's gonna be champ. I'm telling you, he's gonna beat the fucking brakes. He retires Homer Simpson that day in the fucking cage. He'll never come back into fighting that dude.
I mean,
Homer Simpson's gonna fucking. He's not walking that out when alive.
Rafael Fiziev's technical breakdown of Topuria versus Gaethje highlighted Justin's unorthodox and chaotic striking style as his potential equalizer against more technical opponents. His analysis suggests that Justin's ability to turn clean technical contests into wild slugfests could disrupt Topuria's rhythm and precision, creating opportunities in an otherwise difficult matchup. When Gaethje abandons technique in favor of raw aggression and bad intentions, he transforms fights into unpredictable affairs where anything can happen. This chaos factor represents Justin's best hope of neutralizing Topuria's technical advantages by forcing the Georgian into the kind of firefight that has served Gaethje well throughout his career.
Chance. But you can't just completely count Justin Gaethje out, right? Like, he's still got some kind of shot. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. He could look at it as an opportunity where he's got nothing to lose, right? Like, you can't lose any worse than Max and Charles did. So, like, he can go out there and potentially catch Ilya.
So, I would say because Justin's so good at, like, a dirty style of striking, it's like a dirty boxing, but kickboxing, whatever you want to call it, it throws good strikers off. Like, look at his fight with Rafael Fiziev. Rafael Fiziev is a very clean technical striker. You look at his fight with Rufi, it's a beautiful fight. It's a beautiful striking fight. You look at his fight with Bahamundos, beautiful striking fight. You look at his fights with Justin Gaethje and you're like, that's just an ugly slugfest, but that's because Justin Gaethje is able to make you fall into his fight. It may look ugly to you, but that's how Justin wants to fight. And if he was able to do that with Rafael Fiziev, I think he could possibly do it with Ilya as well. So I think the fight might be closer than people expect, is the way I would put it.
That concludes today's comprehensive breakdown of these fascinating matchups and expert analysis from across the MMA community. Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments about who emerges victorious in these potential fights and whether you agree with these detailed assessments. Remember to like and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of the biggest fights and storylines shaping mixed martial arts today.